And good evening and welcome to Scare Tour's Sunday Synopsis for Sunday the 11th of July. Actually quite a quiet week for news this week, but not a quiet week for us personally. You may have seen that we were all up in Blackpool earlier this week, so as part of that we had a really good run through Passage del Terra. With the COVID measures and the way they're keeping people apart, that's still working really well. And yeah, it just seems to get better and better each time we do it. That was a really fun show. We also went to Blackpool Tower Dungeon to experience the new show Escape from the Witch's Revenge. And as we've said in our review, it's very similar to many other shows. We love the style of show, you know, where you sat there, somebody tells a story, they disappear, a load of special effects happen, and then the witch appears. Virtually identical to The Haunting, the final show of Alton Towers Dungeon, or The Witches of Warwick at Warwick Castle Dungeon, but really good. So much better than the previous show that was in there, which was the Vikings Revenge or something like that. It's definitely the best version of a show that's been in there, and it made the whole Blackpool Tower Dungeon experience a bit more cohesive from beginning to end. So that was really good fun. But what other news has been out there? What has been announced this week? Well, probably the biggest and the most shocking piece of news was the fact that Horrorland in Spain is back. They have a new location. The original Horrorland was about an hour and a half, 2 hours north of Barcelona, up in the mountains. You may remember we went a couple of years ago. It was like -2. It was freezing, but it was an amazing event. Everyone who went to Horrorland that year all agreed that it was just like the best event they'd ever been to. So we're really excited that they're back. They've got a lineup of new attractions and all new venue. Only 15 minutes from Barcelona. So come on, if we need any reason to get the COVID restrictions lifted so we can start traveling around Europe and to different places lifted, then that is so we can get to Horrorland in Spain. So yeah, really looking forward to more details about that. If it's anything like the event was last year, it will be incredible. Also this week has seen the launch of new shows of Siren, which is a sci-fi horror immersive show. It's already ran in May earlier this year to rave reviews and is open for another 4 days in July. Really looking forward to this. It looks like it's a bit of Alien versus Event Horizon, sci-fi horror, an immersive show, and we are experiencing that later this week. So look out for the review soon. This week's other big news was obviously the news that the Killer Clowns are coming to Ibiza. We said this when we mentioned about the news of Dr. Frights, that the Ibiza postcard had clowns on the postage stamps. We said, wouldn't it be fun if there were killer clowns in Ibiza? Well, that's the theme of the maze. We love the fact the guys at Dr. Frights always come up with something completely stupid, completely bonkers. The Killer Clowns are crazy and hilarious. And that's the first of 4 attractions to be announced for Dr. Frights. Hopefully we'll have the rest of those announcements very soon. Also, quite an exciting lineup announcement is that Horror at Hinchinbrook House will be featuring Arkham Asylum. Obviously, the world is pretty mad for superheroes and stuff like that at the moment. So Arkham Asylum is obviously where a lot of the bad guys, like the Joker and whatever, from the Batman movies, where he's been tied up, and a lot of the other bad guys from those movies. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they pull off with the Arkham Asylum. And also, I was mentioned while we were up in Blackpool, we popped into Scream and Shake, which is the new venture from the guys at Crypt in Blackpool. So they have the Crypt, which is the main show the main shop selling horror clothing, horror products, bric-a-brac and stuff like that. And then next to it, they now have the new cafe. They've got some more props up on the walls and everything like that. This at the moment is an unlicensed venue, but they're applying for the venue. They are licensed. They should have it by August. They also have some performance space, so they will have bands, they will have burlesque shows. So congratulations to Kurt and the guys at Crypt. Really good to see that the move from the actual Crypt at Blackpool Pleasure Beach has actually been more successful for you. And if you are in Blackpool, it's a 2-minute walk from Blackpool Tower Dungeon, so definitely go and check them out and support them. So finally, on the main site, we've had our review of the prequel to Icelander by Swamp Motel. This is basically, Icelander is the grouping of all three stories, Plymouth Point, The Mermaid's Tongue, and The Kindling Hour, into one more immersive story. It's now available to more places around the world, and there is a secret prequel. So we had a quick look at that, and you can see our thoughts on that on the website. You can also see our review of Blackpool Tower Dungeon, as we say, the new show, Escape from the Witch's Revenge, which was absolutely incredible. We are, probably while you're watching this, we are at Turf Wars in Shepton Mallet. So there will be a review of that coming up very soon. And of course, there will be a review of Passage del Terra, which again was just an amazing experience, but we'll just put a couple of photos on our review page and everything there. So with that, we're going to sign off. It was a short week. The long-rumoured Scream Park that I keep promising you is still coming. I promise you we will have the announcement soon. There have been some problems with the venue, and so they haven't been able to announce it yet. And as soon as I get permission to announce where that is and the names and the lineup, we will be able to do that. And finally, obviously, Fort Park Scarecon Aftershock. Again, I was hoping to get the tickets on sale by now. We're just finalising details with Fort Park, but that will be happening on Thursday, the 4th of November, as we take over all the scare mazes and scare zones at Fort Park Fright Nights for the Aftershock party with music and everything afterwards. So with that, we're going to sign off. Have a great week. If you're watching the football tonight, we just got to say it's coming home. Football's coming home. Have a great week. We will see you next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.